Hello and welcome, friends. I'm Smita Katti from the blog Smiling Colors, and today I'm teaching you a new stitch. We're continuing our Learn to Crochet series, and today we're going to learn how to do the treble stitch. This is one of my favorite stitches. Stitch is tall, it is so dramatic, it's fun to make, and let's just get started. Let me teach you how to make the stitch. So I'm going to start here with a slip knot, and then let's insert my hook into the slip knot. So as we've done before, we're going to make a sample swatch of 7 stitches. So for that, let's make the first 6 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 chains, and then we want to make the turning chain. A turning chain for the treble crochet is 3 chains. So let's add 3 more. 1, 2, 3. So that is a total of 6 plus 3. So we have 9 chains over here. Now what we want to do is do a yarn over. For a treble stitch, we need 2 yarn overs. So we're going to insert our hook once more. So we have 2 loops, and then we have to insert our crochet hook into the 4th chain. So 1, 2, 3, we go to the 4th chain and insert the crochet hook into it, pull up a loop. So now you have a total of 4 loops on your crochet hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, yarn over and pull through the last 2, and that is your treble stitch. Isn't it a beautiful tall stitch? So the first stitch is actually 3 chains. 3 chains is required to get the height of it. So let's repeat this and create our swatch. So let's yarn over once, yarn over twice, insert into the next chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, yarn over and pull through the last 2. Now to yarn over the 2 times, you can insert your hook and use your right hand to insert your hook underneath, and then insert the hook again, and then we'll continue. Insert into the chain, pull up a loop, yarn over to the first 2, yarn over through the next 2, yarn over through the last 2. So to do my 2 yarn overs, I actually use my left hand, not my right hand. And the way I do it is I kind of move my wrist, and I have my 2 yarn overs. I insert it into the next chain. So here you can see we have 1, 2, 3 chains left. Insert into the next chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. All right, 2 more yarn overs. We have last 2 chains. Insert our hook into the next chain, pull up a loop. We have 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Perfect. Again, 2 yarn overs. Now this is our last chain. Insert the hook into the chain, pull up a loop. We have 4 loops on the needle, on the hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2, and that is our first row of treble stitches. Look how pretty it looks, right? So here, let's count our treble stitches together. I'm going to zoom in the video so you can see it clearer. 1 stitch, 2 stitch, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is our turning chain. And since this is a bulky yarn, I like to count this as a treble stitch as well. So we have a total of 7 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so now it's time to make another row on top of this. So let's continue. To do that, you're going to turn your work. Now your crochet hook is again on the right side. Let's loop our yarn. Let's pick up our yarn. So the turning chain for a treble stitch is 3. So let's chain 3 here. 1, 2, 3. So this 3 is going to be our first treble. So this is our first treble stitch in the row beneath. So this is the first treble on the row we're working on now. So when we insert our hook now, we have to insert into the second stitch. So this would be the first stitch. We're going to leave this, and then we're going to insert it into the second stitch. So to do the treble stitch, we need 2 yarn overs, and then let's insert our hook, and then we pull up a loop. We have 4 loops here. Yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. So that's a treble stitch and kind of stacks up on top of the treble stitch of the first row. So we have 2 treble stitches. We have to make 5 more to complete our row. So yarn over twice. Now we're going to insert into the next stitch. This is the second stitch, this is the third. Insert. When I'm inserting, you can see I'm inserting through the top 2 loops. Can you see that? Yep. Pull up a loop, yarn over through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. 2 yarn overs, let's insert into the next treble stitch of the row beneath, pull up a loop. We have 4 loops, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. All right, now continuing. 2 yarn overs, insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. We need 2 more. So this is 1 stitch here, and this is the turning chain, which is also treble. So we have 2 more stitches to go. Yarn over twice, insert into the treble beneath, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the second 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. So we have 6 stitches, and this is where people can tend to go wrong, because if you don't create another treble into the top of the turning chain, you're missing a stitch because you want to create a swatch of 7 stitches, right? So let's yarn over twice, and this is our turning chain. So you can either just insert into this space and pull up a loop and make your stitch, or you can go and you can see the top chain and kind of insert your hook in the middle of the chain and then pull up a loop, and then we're going to again make our treble. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the second 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. So that is our second row of treble. You can see you might just need to pull things around, but you can see that we have 2 rows now, and we have 3, 6, 7, 3, 6, and 7. So we have 7 stitches on each row. So this is row number 1, this is row number 2, and each row we've maintained our 7 stitches. So you can continue like this. So we're going to make a 3rd row, and then I'm going to let you be, and you can practice this on your own, but let's make the 3rd row together. So what you want to do is first take your swatch and turn. And when you turn, the turning chain for our treble stitch is 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. 2 yarn overs, insert not into the first treble, into the second treble, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the second 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. And let's repeat. Insert into the next stitch and make your treble stitch. So we have 3 treble stitches now. Again, 2 yarn overs, pull up a loop, and then 3 times you pull up and you make a treble stitch. 2 yarn overs, insert, pull up a loop, make your treble stitch. 2 yarn overs, insert, pull up a loop, make your treble stitch. I know I'm going a little fast here. I've made this stitch multiple times. I've actually made a blanket using just the treble stitch that turned out so cute, and I will leave a video to it, or I'll share the video to it soon. So this is a beautiful stitch and works up very fast. So if you're looking for last minute gifts or presents, this is a good stitch to work with. So you see I made the last treble stitch into the turning chain, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've maintained my 7 trebles, and here's how our swatch looks. We have row 1, row 2, and row 3. So what you want to do is just trim off your yarn. I leave about 2 inches here, and then you pull the yarn through the last loop that you have and pull it tight. And that fastens off your swatch. Alright friends, here's the swatch we created with the treble stitch, just 3 rows of treble. So this is comparable with double crocheting approximately 5 rows. So we had 5 rows of double crocheting. That's approximately the same height as 3 rows of treble crochet. And then this is the half double crochet swatch we created. 6 rows of the half double crochet. It's still kind of short, but you can see that in comparison. And this is the single crochet swatch. This was 9 rows of single crochet in case you created with me in the other videos. So we have the treble stitch, the double crochet stitch, half double crochet, and the single crochet stitch. You can see different patterns on my blog, smilingcolors.com, and learn more.